Okay, here we can give you kind of a close-up. There's the float in there, and over here to the side. I don't know how good this is going to turn out, but you can see it down in there in the tubing. I just got it coiled up, and that's where it comes out from underneath the greenhouse outside. Water, water, water. While I was doing this, I just thought I would show you. There's a pump in that barrel, and it's going over, and this is the barrel that's got the little fitting on it that's going to keep supplying the Dutch buckets, and it's going in there. Oh, it smells. They had olives in that barrel. Greek, see the Hella insignia there, and I've washed it out 2 or 3 times. But anyhow, the pump's in this bucket, and you probably can't see the water, but it's settled out. The water here is so bad that what I have to do is, and it's well, is I take it off the wellhead into that one barrel over here, and it sets for 24 hours, so all the stuff will settle out of it. It's full of iron, tannins, sulfur dioxide gas. When it goes in there, it actually looks like muddy water, like a big mud puddle in there. And I let it settle out before I pump it and use it, because I don't want everything plugged up. And I run about 800 ppm before I add any nutrients into this stuff. And water is a big deal around here. If you've got good water, you really don't know how lucky you are, because we go to great effort and a lot of expense, and I do mean a lot, because you can't even shower in this stuff. A lot of expense here just to get good water. And in the house we've got good water, but it's very expensive. One of the projects that's kept me away from the greenhouse and all of this has been, I've run a new water main from the pump across the back of the lot and up the side of the house and in through the garage wall to some new equipment. There's my little switch for my pump there. I turned it off because I've got enough water in there to see if this thing's going to actually work. And the new equipment's in the garage supplying the house. And we've got one of the neighbors calls it perfect water. It's real close. It's very good water in the house. We don't smell of chlorine or anything like that. We had a chlorine injection system before this, and not only was it a lot of work, but it was just you were constantly smelling like chlorine. And here we go. Switch on. Well, I think it's going through there. Let's look in the greenhouse. No, nothing yet. Now let's see what we got going on. Okay, it's working. We're getting some flow. It isn't flowing as much as what I'd like, but hey, it's going to work. Float comes up, shuts the water off. Water level goes down, and the float's adjustable. There's a little wing nut there, right there, where you can adjust the float up and down. Anyhow, that should keep it supplied. So what I did is I ended up cutting the excess tubing off of it, because I think that was kind of restricting the flow. And now I've only probably got maybe 3 foot at the very most on there. Brock, you haven't brought that beer yet. Where is it? Because it's heated back up out here, and our breeze kind of went away for a moment. Well, you know that barrel with the water in it we were using to fill the supply barrel a while ago, and the pump and all that, that's how we fill this thing right now. The little float is working. I need to get this thing filled up so I can get the nutrients mixed and get on with the day. Still quite a bit to do, and it's hot out here. I want to get out of here today. Get back inside where it's cool. I got the air running in the shop. May do some things out in there, and have the race going too, so I can listen or watch that while I'm trying to get something done. I don't know if you can see it, but the little float valve, it's working, and where I've got it set, it's starting to come up because the other supply line is pumping it in quite fast now. And let's see, oh, it looks like it's about ready to shut it off. There it goes. It shut it off. So it is working. And when I fill this thing up, I fill it up almost to the top, and that gives me to about 25 gallons, and I mix my nutrients then. So here's my gauge stick, and it's like we don't have quite 20 yet. I have to pick some more tomatoes today too. Yes, I will have to. These things are really going good. The Dutch buckets, as far as tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and so on, I really think that that's kind of the way to go. They're so easy. I haven't really talked too much about how I put them together and what I used and all of that, but I'll get to that. I don't know, maybe some folks want to know, and maybe it'll help. But that's another video. We want to get this float valve put in there and get the nutrients mixed up. Turn this thing off. Okay, we got the nutrients mixed up, and in there, take it out a little bit, stir them up. I use the Master Blend nutrient, and it seems to work very well. I get it from Morgan County Seed, and I think they're in Missouri. They do have a website, and I think I've put that on another video, but I will, maybe if I can remember to get it on this one, I'll put it on this website too. And we'll get this thing going here. What I do is I mix my nutrient, and then I ran it, oh, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour, and then I do my readings for my ppm and my pH, and it's generally, like I've mixed it enough times to where I know where it ought to be. Like I said, with this terrible water here, I start out at like about 800 parts per million, and that's just what's in the water. So when I mix the nutrients and so on, depending on the strength that I mix them, I could run up to about 1800 parts per million on the nutrients and so on. But if you take the original 800 from that, you're only dealing with about 1,000 or 900 from the fertilizer itself. So it is what it is. You know, you deal with what you got. And like I said, the water here is an extreme challenge. So we'll get off of here so we can get some other things done, and hopefully oh, one other thing I wanted to cover. I don't know if we can see this, but we'll try again. You know, I talked about the water, and like I said, that's a big concern, and I just filled this barrel from the well water, and maybe you can see, I'm going to move the camera around and maybe we can get a look without the sun beating right in there, but this is straight off the wellhead. Okay, and if I put my hand in there, you can see, you know, of how much stuff is actually floating in that water. It's really sad. And everybody around here has the same problem, but I'll let it sit for 24 hours and most of it settles out, and then we can use it. But down here, we're about 8 miles off the Gulf, and there's a lake less than a half a mile from us, and the closer you get to water, the worse your water is. And that's just a fact of life down here. And there's a lot of water here. A lot of it's not usable though. So anyhow, I hope your day's going good, and if you liked it, hit the thumbs up. If you've got questions, please post them and I'll try and get back with you. And subscribe if you'd like. We'll have some other videos coming out before long. And hope you're all doing good and you have a great day.